Welcome back to a new video, guys. In this video we are going to talk about if you should actually buy NIO before earnings. So NIO is about up 934% year to date, almost doubling over the past month. NIO trades for roughly 8 times the estimated 2022 sales. NIO reports earnings Tuesday, November 17th after the close of the markets. Analysts are looking for a 17% share loss from $655 million in sales. In the second quarter, NIO lost 15 cents a share from $525 million in sales. NIO delivered 12,206 vehicles in the third quarter, including 4,700 vehicles in September. October deliveries totaled 5,055 vehicles. So now that we've gotten these numbers out of the way, let's actually look at NIO's chart and look from the technical standpoint whether you should buy it before earnings or not. So here's NIO, and as I mentioned in a video a couple days ago, I told how we were up here around the $45 range and we needed that pullback, which we got. And if you took the trade down here, then you would be up a lot because NIO was up over $5 today. That's a huge move. Now you can notice that for the first part of the morning going into the afternoon, we were just nothing but green. And then in the later evenings, we started showing some type of rejection. As you can see, we even had highs of 49, 42. So now the question comes whether you should actually buy this stock before earnings or if you should wait. Well, personally, I would wait. Now the reason I tell you that is because earnings is always a gamble play. When I say that, I mean they could do outstanding on their earnings and the stock could still sell off. Or they could do, mediocre and the stock goes up. So it's always a gamble. There's not a for sure way that you can test it to see if earnings will be good and the stock goes up. Earnings could be good and the stock goes down, just like we saw with Amazon back in, end of October. They had an outstanding earnings, but the stock went down. Same thing can go with NIO. So if you take an earnings play, just know that you're just gambling and that it could really go either way. Now, if you do decide to take an earnings play, which I advise you don't, what I would do if I was doing this is I'd take a small position. I'd take a really small position, something to where if that money just went straight to zero, then it wouldn't matter to you if you lost all of that. Now, since I'm not taking an earnings play, what I want to see in the next couple days is, this is what we call an earnings run up. So when we have an earnings run up like this, typically the stock does sell off after earnings. But that doesn't mean that always has to happen. So what I would like to see, we had this earnings run up. I would like to see some type of pullback. It needs to be a really deep pullback in order for me to feel confident about NIO doing good after earnings. So there's no doubt that in the long run, this company will do exponentially great. As you can see, in the last couple of months, we've done really great. But the question is whether or not if you're going to play this earnings. And like I said, if I was playing this, I would like to see some type of pullback because right now we're really extended. We're really up there. And we almost hit, the 50 mark, which is a psychological level. But if you get in now, that's just FOMO. That's just you wanting to chase this stock, and ultimately you will lose money. So, like I said, what I would do, if you really want to get into it, I would see tomorrow what happens, and I would wait and see if we do get that pullback. Let's chart this out a little bit. So a good pullback would be around this general support and old resistance level. So the 44, 45, that would be a good area to get in. So let's say we are red tomorrow, and then, we pull back to this area. Now, you would have to hold this over the weekend going into Tuesday. But if you really do want to play earnings, I think that would be a good plan. Where if we are red, then get in at the 44, 45 mark, and then you just hold it over the weekend. But if you do this, make sure it is a very small position. Because what you don't want to happen is that you're in this very heavily, and then earnings does good, and they blow it out of the water, but it still sells off, and we pull back somewhere deeper and you're down all this money and you're like all emotional, and then you just sell and you panic sell, and then you watch the thing turn right back around, in the upcoming days. So when you do this, you need to play a small position and make sure you're not emotionally tied to it, because when you're emotionally tied to your position, then you'll make, decisions that aren't the best. You let your emotions decide your decisions, and that's not good with any type of trade, especially with an earnings play. But for me, what I'm going to do, how I play NIO is I'll just wait, take the time, see how they do with earnings, and more importantly, see how the market reacts to that. If we have a deep pullback, so be it. I'll wait for the dust to settle, and then that's when I'll get my entry, because I don't feel like chasing something and I know it's really up there, and then I just see my money just dwindle down, and when I could have just been patient, waited, and then got in at a better entry. But let's take a look at an indicator. I don't really use indicators, but let's look at the RSI. In case y'all didn't know, that's the relative strength indicator, and that lets you know if a stock is overbought or oversold. As you can see, we're in the very overbought range. Now, you shouldn't use this to place your trades by any means whatsoever. It just gives you a good general, understanding of where the stock is when it comes to being overbought or oversold. So typically when a stock is overbought, that means it's not a good deal and you shouldn't buy it. But that's not a reason to get into a stock, because you can see we've been in the overbought territory for quite some time, and if you didn't get into it just trading solely based off this indicator, then you'd miss out on this huge run up. So I don't really look at the RSI a lot, but we are up there, so a healthy pullback would be necessary. And like I said, I would like to see some pullback back down to the 44 range. We test that as a support again, and then we just go rocking. Or we can get an even deeper pullback, around this area right here, the 39 area. Just somewhere along this horizontal area right here, that's where I would get in NIO. But I would wait personally until after earnings is over and the dust settles. But if I wanted to get in before earnings just because, I just wanted to waste money, then I would wait and then for a pullback on Friday or Monday, and then I'd get in with a very small position. Anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And actually, before y'all go, I would like to mention something. So I have a free Discord. So if you click on that link, for me, and then you'll be prompted to our Discord. And then if y'all want to join, I'm just starting this community. So with this Discord, I'm in with hopes that we get, a bunch of members where we can just talk and have a good time and just chat about, stocks. So if you're interested and you do have Discord, please click the link in my bio and then come join our community. And I'm just starting this, so it'd mean a lot for me if y'all actually join. But anyways, guys, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.